Why are so many youths living in Africa? About 10,500, according to the International of Migration, says that have lost their lives trying to make it to Europe through the Mediterranean Sea, which is one of the deadliest sea. But these are not just only ordinary reasons why it happens. It's not just a random thing. But stick with me, but don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow. Here, it is happening that Africans youths fleeing the harsh truth. The other thing again is the high cost of living as what the low wages. It is only in Africa a graduate can work and little above above $50 when it comes to their currency, which is a disgrace, a disappointment towards the African continent and their supposed agendas. And not do what is not supposed to be done. It is only somebody that has an integrity that doesn't mess things up due to his poverty mindset or so that can serve diligently. It is only here you can see the salary you are given cannot upkeep you till the end of the month. Isn't that risky? That's risky. You are exposing these graduates or these people that are working for you to be stealing from you or to be stealing from the nation, because they cannot have what they are supposed to get due to what? Your bad plans, your bad moves, your bad arrangements, your low salary, and your poor mindset of considering how these people are surviving in their own families. They have families, wives, and then kids to upkeep, wherein the salary they are having cannot even take them to the hospital for proper treatment. The other deadly thing again is the high cost of living, conflict, and insecurity. Africans have been facing difficult challenges when it comes to conflict. In Sudan, there's a civil war that is ongoing, that started years back. In Libya, there's a civil war that is ongoing, that has started years back. How can a young guy, a youth, you that is watching me, be it a youth or old guy, how can you survive in that kind of situation? It's only take courage and peace of mind or self-content mind. Or you can able to navigate circumstances by doing what you think it's okay to get yourself to the peak you are supposed to be. Yes, it is not a matter of saying because it's me. No. It is just the reality that we are trying to avoid. If we avoid these things, definitely there is no way we can able to fix Africa. Burkina Faso has been turned what? A place of what? They are turning schools into battlegrounds. I'm not lying. The Republic of Congo. The eastern part is trapped in violence. People are suffering massively there. How long? Bleed. How long will the youth continue to be moving off Africa in search of luxurious life in Europe? Imagine a 27 years old man, you that is watching me, maybe you are above or you are below that, you know what I'm trying to say. Living under your parents' daily earnings, because you cannot provide for yourself. Not because you wish for that, but because that's how we are planned to be. Yes, you know what I'm trying to say. It's not a strange thing. The fancy that these people are just making us to see in the European world as a paradise on earth, which is a big lie. This is why elders, youths are just fleeing off. Yet still, if you take into consideration their currency value and ours, there's a difference. You can be in Europe and have $100, you can feed on it for a day, but in Africa you can feed on it for a week, because our currencies are not valid. Human trafficking and selling fake jobs. People are faking that when you go to zone nations, you have a job, you have this, you have that. When you must have been there. Instead of them giving you the supposed job you are told you will be doing, you will be enslaved, maltreated, and then if not careful, you may barely lose your life. Social media pressure. You should not see people that are living in Europe or not a continent around the world that are taking fine snapshots, taking classic things that will motivate you and then persuade you or lure you in to do something that is not right. Steal money, go on unauthorized, or go somewhere that you know your tendency of living is 1 out of 10. People survive through that. Death in the desert and sea. Sources confirm, you that is watching, you must have known that, you must have heard that when you take a tour through these desert areas to make it to Europe, you see dead bodies, skulls, passport lying down, different passports untouched. Not because they wish to just let them lie down, not because they wish to die, but because of why they are trying to express themselves to reach a supposed thing. These are the things that is happening all over. Whenever you are, wherever you say slavery has come to an end, but yet still, it is still in continuation. The people are just showing us fancy things for us to be lured in to make it to Europe and then take us as slaves again. Because if you look at the way the manner and way these people are treating this younger generation, these youth that are there, that are not born there, it's bad. Very, very bad. Broken families back home. A married man can leave his wife, a married woman can leave his husband and kids, and then a big father or grandfather can leave his family just to go in search of labor. I mean, in search of green and pasture. It is just bad and risky for these people, not because they are that is how they believe life should be going on for them. Loss of talent in Africa. There's a lot of talent, loss of talent in Africa. If you observe in the US, in England, and so, if you watch most of these rappers, these most talented guys are from Africa. It's either their parents or they themselves are born in Africa, but they later make it to Europe at an early age. That's how these things happen. Michael Jackson, the late man, Tupac Shakur origin from Africa, and other people. Most of them are black people. We are talented, but because we don't encourage them, that's why people are just moving off. Is there any hope? A question we should be asking ourselves. The rise of local innovations and youth-led setups. People maybe start businesses. A friend of yours, a brother or colleague that you know that you trust, will set coup against it for you to be killed. Recently in Nigeria, a guy is killed. A young guy at the age of 20, in his early 20s, the only son to his mother, was killed because why? He sells different from the original people. Movement demanding real change. We should stand firm to try to see how we can become the best part of ourselves and avoid all those things. Stay clue. There are things that are coming up more.